There's so much that I want to share. And now is really a time for us to be aware and listening and leaning in when it comes to healing and activating ourselves. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you activate yourself because we need you. We need you right now on the planet. So, today I want to talk about what healing is and what has changed about our ability to heal. Because this particular time that we're in is very different than all other times. And in order to take advantage of it, we could say, you need to be aware of how much potential there is for healing on the planet right now. So I'm going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about a healer's role because many of you are healers who are helping other people. I'm going to talk about what that means to be a healer, what a healer's role is, and some of the things that healers are responsible for in helping other people. And there's definitely absolute signs that are indicated or signs that indicate that you should be helping other people. I have a lot of folks who say they feel called to help other people, but they're not really sure what they should be doing with that calling. So I'd love to help you figure that out. So I'm going to offer some signs that you should be helping other people. And there's also signs that you should not be helping other people, or at least that it's not time for you right now to be offering service in the world. But that's usually not the case. Most of the time, it's time for you to be offering service, and you're just not aware of how to make that happen. So we'll cover all of that today. And I'll fit in as much as I can. Sometimes I have too much to fit in, and I have to share it at another time. Oh, and if we haven't met one another yet, because I know we have a lot of new folks in the group, I'm Bridget Murphy. I am a soul centered healer and a shamanic practitioner. And I've created Path to Power programs and a Healers Collective. I help you to move past the crap that holds you back, the stuckness, the darkness, the self doubt, so that you can really shine your light and show up in this world as yourself. And if you're a healing practitioner, as a solid, well resourced healing practitioner. So that's me. I've been doing this work for over 20 years, and I've learned a lot over this last 20 years. And I want to share it because what I learn is for everybody, not just for me. And I tend to work with healers and helpers, coaches, yoga teachers, people who are helping other people because I've gained so much experience over these last 20 years that I can really help other people who hold big spaces for their people. So, welcome. First things first, healing. Healing is a big topic. How do we define healing? There's many different ways that we can define healing. I'm going to keep it super, super simple. Healing is a process that often includes transformation on all levels mind, body, spirit, and essentially, it is the reduction or elimination of suffering. Healing is the reduction or elimination of suffering. And what suffering looks like for one person is different than what it looks like for another person. And so healing is different for everybody. There are some foundational aspects of healing that are across the board. Essentially, it's to eliminate suffering. Healing right now, and why I call this healing in a new paradigm, is kind of special. It's healing's never easy, and I don't mean to sugarcoat things. But I do tend to look at, what is, I tend to look at what's happening on our planet, and I've been doing this for the last 25 years, as how is this benefiting us? What is the larger picture here? And I get insights around that. And so, what I have noticed is that right now, healing is a lot easier and a lot faster than it used to be. And that is because the veins and the arteries in the people, individually and collectively, are unblocked. The veins and the arteries of the people, individually and collectively, are unblocked. Energy is moving and there's not much keeping it from moving. And so this tide of change is allowing us to heal faster and bring awarenesses to us easier. The collective, we collectively, humanity, the collective that is humanity is activated and they're cooking. And we can look at it maybe like as a pot boiling on the stove. It's been simmering for a while. Humanity's been simmering for a while. And now the pot is boiling. And the game changes when the pot boils. Food gets cooked, things get blown out and up. Things change when the pot is boiling. And we are working with the pulse of the planet. We're not just humans having our own little experience being human and we're healing this or working on our childhood wounds. Yes, we're doing that. And the pulse of the planet is working with you, it's actually working for you. And we have some particular sort of signposts, some significant events that have occurred, all within a short period of time, that are really making the pulse fast, really causing that pot to boil. And I'm going to name a few of them, not all of them, but a few of them that you're probably familiar with. A couple years ago, when there was an uprising around keeping the waters clean and getting rid of the pipelines in North Dakota, when many, many, many indigenous people, as well as some non-indigenous people, came together to protect the water. When the water protectors showed up in full force to stop that pipeline, the energy of that activated something in the people, on the planet, and in the collective. That was huge, and it broke something open. When George Floyd was murdered, that activated something in the consciousness of the people, and energy was released. When COVID happened, there's an energy on top of the things that I just mentioned that was activated. All of these things happening within a short period of time made the pot boil. And I'm not even mentioning all of the physical changes in the earth that are going on. In addition to everything I just mentioned, the prayers from our ancestors and the prayers from the holy people and the people who hold ceremony on the planet, who are not out here on Facebook waving it around and telling you about it, because they're deep in their medicine and they're not always on social media. They have been doing work that has coincided with all of this and created an activation. So many people are waking up. Many people are stepping into awarenesses that they never knew. There's a collective healing that's happening personally and globally. And there's an ancestral healing that is coming through our lineages. So it's a lot. You don't need to understand all of it. What you do need to understand is that we have hit critical mass and we are activated. And what we can do now is different than what we could do even a year ago or 5 years ago. And I know this because Spirit and the sacred forces tell me this. I know this because I've been watching for the last 25 years. And I know this because I see it in my clients and my students. Family dynamics are shifting a lot faster than they used to when we do shamanic healing work. People's awareness is popping open a lot faster and a lot deeper than it used to be. My people are getting new awarenesses and openings around old wounds and diseases. All of this is showing me and shows me that we are indeed in beyond a quickening. Things are really at critical mass right now. So what is all this causing? What is all of this? What is happening here? What is happening, put it simply in the way that I can, is that the layers of reality are restacking themselves. The layers of reality are restacking themselves. We have more access than we ever did to information. And does that cause your head to spin a little bit? Yeah. Does it cause like a healing crisis? Absolutely. Know that that's normal. And also know that you can find your center point and get a lot more information than you could get before. And that's what I'm here to help you do. So, as the layers restack themselves, portals of potential open. We can move through those portals. We can just sit and watch those portals. We can back away from those portals. Many people are stepping into those portals. And now is the time to step in. Now is the time to step in. All of the conditions are right. A lot of people, a lot of spiritual beings have been working for a long time to open these doors for us. And for those who are called to help others, now is the time. Now is the time. We need everybody activated and everyone who is able and um, ready to step up to help other people needs to be activated. It's time to move past your crap and offer what you came to offer, or figure out how to do that, right? And that's what I want to talk about next. I want to talk about what it means to be a healer. What exactly does that mean? And some signs that you are supposed to be helping other people. Healers are catalysts. They're catalysts for something new to occur. All right, defining a healer's role. Some people don't like the word healer. Some people do. Whether you call yourself a healing arts practitioner, an energy worker, an energy medicine professional, a healing catalyst, a guide, a coach, a teacher, it's all healing work. It's all transformative work. It's all helping other people to be their best selves. And so, people who are healers, they help facilitate healing. They lead people through a process. People who are healers, they hold a solid container for other people, for groups of people. And they trust that they can guide others. They may not be 100,000% confident all the time because nobody is, but a healer trusts that they can guide other people. A healer helps the body and the mind to remember how to be whole, how to function. A healer helps the body and mind, both of themselves and other people, of how to be whole and how to function. And it's not about fixing what's broken. If you've been around me for a while, you know I don't believe in broken. I just don't believe that anything is broken or that anybody is broken. We're living an experience, and we take those experiences, we see what they mean, and we keep moving. Helping other people, healing other people, helping other people to heal, however you want to call it, is not about taking on other people's pain. You do not need to take on other people's pain in order to help them. If you feel like you do, we got to talk. That's a problem. I'll come in and do another segment on taking on other people's pain and what that means and why you shouldn't do it. That's another time. Um, Healing and helping to facilitate healing goes beyond taking pain away. Sure, taking pain away or not taking pain away, addressing pain is included in helping other people, but it's more than that. Sometimes healing is about helping other people to understand their own pain. And this is where a healer's role is a role, and a healer is a conduit. A healer is a conduit who helps another person to understand their own pain. Because when someone understands their own pain, they create a different relationship with it. And that's really transformative. So, a healer holds space for a process to unfold. This is what I do with my clients and my students. I guide a process. I'm sort of steering a ship that we're all on and encouraging everybody to have their own experience. The process is not determined by me. I follow the lead of the sacred forces that move through me, and I also follow the lead of another person. Do I have a format? Have I developed a format for that? Absolutely. After 20 years, I better have a format. But it's not me that determines everything. A healer helps someone heal themselves and guides you on your path so you can get your own answers. So, to be effective, a healer will use their intuitive guidance, their intuitive ability, their intuitive gifts, but they typically have a mentor or a teacher in the physical who has been where they are and can guide them. If someone is trying, has intuitive gifts and they're trying to help other people and they're completely untrained with no guidance and no grounding with their sacred helpers or with the earth, they're a hot mess. People need guidance, whether it's from the sacred forces or another human. People need guidance. Um, for for a healer to be effective, they they need to be able to engage in their own healing process, and they need to be comfortable with the unfolding of a healing process. Healing for healers is natural. It's natural. It's not forced, and it's easy to help other people. Doesn't mean there's not challenges. As a healer, I have my own challenges that I go through. And it's easy for me to help other people. Healing happens when I'm not even trying to help somebody because my conduit is open and the energy moves through. And that's what I help other people to do, is to open your conduit. So you don't have to do so much work. It doesn't have to be so hard. Healing can move through. Healing moves through me. It doesn't come from me. And I don't fall in love with the healing or another person's process. I say that all the time. That, well, that's another topic. So as a healer becomes seasoned, their work in the world expands. It may take on a different shape. Um, you're in a process, or your own unfolding occurs when you say yes to be of service. Your own unfolding occurs. So, in this new paradigm that we're in, this threshold we have gone through, portals are opening, things are changing. Healers tap into the pulse of the planet. Healers tap into a force that's larger than them, and then they share it. They share that resonance with other people. And in order to do that, a healer needs to be able to tap into the pulse of the planet to determine what is needed. Healers help people, but they also help the planet. It's about being in service to a larger purpose. Most healers have a soul level call to be of service. And that is because, like I mentioned a minute ago, when I saw somebody's comment, when I saw Carolyn's comment, we need to be, the world needs people to step up and be in their light and share that. And by light, I don't mean positive energy, I mean power and source of information. Um, and the planet needs guiding forces to call other people into that light. And that's often what a healer does. A lot of today's healers are becoming leaders because they're able to think outside the box and see things through spirit's eyes. That's one of the important things that's going to change the planet. It's important to recognize, I said that already. When you step in to help other people, you expand the vibration in your own heart, which helps them to expand the vibration in their heart. And when healing occurs, the heart opens. The frequency of the heart opens. And when we get to the critical mass of open hearts, the earth takes a different direction. And so healing work helps to call all the hearts open. We need all the hearts open as they can be. And by open, I don't mean that everybody's frolicking around in white light and everything is positive and there's never any arguments. And that's not what I'm talking about. Hearts open and soften at different rates. And if you have someone like me who opens her heart 90%, great. If you have somebody like Donald Trump, who his heart is not open at all, but he opens his heart like 2% more, great. It's going to look different for me than it is for him, but 2% is good. If you have somebody, who opens their heart 5 or 10%, great. It all adds up, and it all counts in the collective. So as many hearts as we can have open, to whatever degree they're able to open. Some people like this, some people like this. When we have a critical mass of those hearts opening, we take a different direction on the earth. And this is crucial. It's crucial. The heart of a healer reaches out, the heart of a healer creates an opening. So, if anybody is out there wanting to do healing work and feeling not good enough, you have to remember you don't do this alone, and you're part of a team of others who are all working for the collective. We're all sort of spokes in the wheel doing our part. We don't have to do it all. We don't have to do it everything. We do need to we need to keep doing and being because all of us are needed. I can't stress this enough. So if you have fears or self-doubts, it's normal. Show up anyway because as a healer, it's not your job to do it all and be perfect. It's your job to just do and be along with everybody else. The call to service is larger than you are. The call to service is larger than you are. So I feel this call, I feel this pull, um, and I've responded. I was always a helper from when I was a little kid to a teenager. My friends always looked at me that way, and my role really has never changed. It's not changed, it's just evolved and deepened. And I remember waking up one day as a teenager. I was 17, and I knew that something needed to shift. This awareness literally came over me, and I've never looked back. The more I've said yes, the more it has grown. And if you would have asked me 15 years ago if I would be leading shamanic programs and training healers, I would have went blank. I wouldn't have known because I couldn't see, because I needed time to grow into my role. And now I nurture that potential in other people. So it's common if you're called to a role of service that you don't have it all figured out. You need to follow the clues, follow other people who are holding a solid space. And now I want to share, because we're getting to time here, 3 signs that you should be helping others in healing work. Because I hear people say all the time, should I be helping other people? One of the signs is that you have a natural gift for guiding people. Like I just explained, I've always been doing this since I was a teenager. It comes easy, you do it in many areas, and you cannot stop it from happening. That's a sign that you have, that you should be helping other people. You learn how to accept that and you learn how to work with that, but it's always there. Another sign is that you're energized and excited when you know that you've helped people. You're energized and excited by that. When I work with people, time is sometimes non existent because I'm so in it. And I love that. And that's what feeds me. So if you feel that too, that's a sign that you should be helping other people. Another sign that you should be helping other people is that you have a modality that you work in and a strong connection with your sacred forces, because the sacred forces guide the work. One of the things that I include in this in my membership program is a drum journey program that helps you to connect to your own guides so that you aren't saying, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. You have a process through working with the drum to go find your spirit helpers, your sacred forces, and then they guide you. Anybody who does healing work needs to be in a good relationship with their sacred forces. And so, as I was saying, the one of the signs that you should be helping other people is that you have a modality that you work in, a strong connection with the sacred forces, and it moves through you in a way that you can share with others. People who get like random downloads all the time and don't know how to deliver that information, it's not really helpful. Learning how to deliver information and what to do with your healing gifts is what you need to do. So you need to definitely make sure you figure that out, because anybody who does healing work is on their way to figuring that out or has that figured out. And some people can be gifted in healing arts, but they can't stay grounded long enough to help others. You need to be able to stay grounded, to be able and rooted and anchored to be able to help other people. You can't be constantly knocked off your seat because somebody else's energy is overwhelming you. That doesn't work. I'll talk about more in another segment. And I said I was going to give 3 signs, but I think I've got 4. The 4th sign that you should be helping other people with healing work is that you can create time in your life to help. without being drained or neglecting yourself. I had to learn this. I didn't always know this. I used to try to help everybody and not take time for myself. And now I realize that I actually am a more effective healer when I take time for myself. Healers should not be exhausted all the time. There has to be time for self care. It's detrimental. And learning how to do that is part of the training ground for healers. Learning how to take time for yourself. If you can't prioritize you, it's probably not time for you to help others. Um, I'll talk more about that in another segment. But those are some signs that you should be helping others in healing work. I was not always good at all these things. I continue and consistently get better and better at all of them. But you need to be able to prioritize yourself if you want to be effective in helping others. So, recap here. Um, Healing in this new paradigm. Healing is accelerated due to multiple forces that have come together, or multiple events that have come together to create a force that is shifting the planet. We are at critical mask. We are critical mass, and the hearts need to open, and they are opening. And sometimes it's messy, but mostly it's transformative. So, healing is being accelerated, and a healer's role is to become a solid container for a process to unfold, to understand their work in the context of humanity, and to provide the space for spirit to come through. 4 signs you should be helping other people. You have a natural gift and you accept it. You're truly energized by helping others. You're able to bring the sacred forces through in a way that others can access it, and you can create time for you in your life. There's a lot to think about here, and I want you to absorb all of this. All of this excites me. I'm so excited that we are on the planet at this time and creating change. I know there's a lot of chaos, and part of my work is to help us get unstuck so we can become steady in this wild ride that we're on and answer the call to open our heart and help other hearts to open for healing. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.